Hello, guys. Hope you're doing well. This is TJ, and you're listening to Beyond the Ring podcast. And welcome to my Smackdown review. And this week's Smackdown was a good show, a good comeback for Smackdown for some past few weeks. We've been seeing a pretty average to decent shows, I would say, but last week show was a pretty bad show. Only thing that was good was Ed's return, and that was the only thing. And this show was a good mix of wrestling as well as the build up storyline, build up for the build up for the Money in the Bank card as well. It's going good actually. A good comeback for SmackDown. We actually began with this episode of SmackDown with Edge coming back into the ring, and he hits music hits, and he comes back, and he gets a mic, and he says that of the 10-year story that he was going to embrace and he was going to achieve, but he didn't achieve, and he's not here to complain. He says the complaint is the General Bryan is the reason why he didn't get the victory, because he actually shown us the that moment where Edge actually locked Edge onto. Edge actually locked Roman Reigns onto that crossface lock, and yeah, Daniel Bryan also come up. So that was a point where he was getting into his business. So it wasn't fair kind of that they were actually portraying, because at the one-on-one situation, Roman Reigns should have tapped out, and that was a thing that was a proof that he showed. Look at his reaction, and he could have tapped out at that moment, and he actually then get angry, and he says that, and he's going to beat him. It's just a matter of when. He's inevitable and will become the universal champion, he say. And a good promo, a good fired up promo, not a very best promo like in the Randy Orton storyline, or the past Roman Reigns, with the Roman Reigns story as well in the WrestleMania time and all. But a good promo cut by Edge, and he always shows a good feeling and good touch to the promo, and very much kind of feels like he's speaking from his mind. And but he think about at the moment. This was a slow build up promo. It took time to have that angriness coming for Edge, which is not we see on Edge, because Edge promos are very quick, and he actually he actually get to the point, and he actually flows it off very good. The flowing wasn't that good in this promo, but still I am not nitpicking and all, but it was a good promo. As a fan, I enjoyed it. And we get to the Roman Reigns locker room, and Heyman watches Edge's promo, and Jimmy rolls up and recaps what Edge just said. And Jimmy has Roman's back, and he's kind of tilting to that main event Jey Uso's character. And just like Roman and his tonight, and he and Roman are going to put Edge down and plan their family onto the upper echelon. And no response from Heyman is kind of studying how he is actually behaving, because it's just the start of the thing. He didn't have been looked upon how it would be, and Jimmy still isn't quite what Jay is in the singles department. Back to the ring we goes, and Rick Books is up next, and he introduces Kingsuke Nakamura. And this is a repetitive stuff, but still it's fun to watch Rick Books actually announcing and all, and he actually having the guitar kind of hitting that music. And it's fun to watch thing. And it's fun to watch Shinsuke Nakamura as well. Again, we get to a funny moment where Pat McAfee has climbed on top of Michael Cole's chair actually, and Michael Cole is just ducked like, and he was observing bottom. And that was funny. And uh, every week does this funny thing. And we had a tag team match that was a setup here, and this tag team match between Biggie and King Nakamura, and with Rick Books versus Baron Corbin, and Apollo Crews with Commander Aziz. And this was a good match, fine match. They well worked match. They always work very well. They have ton of matches, so it's not a new or something, but not a good match to open with, because this match we have seen over and over again. I mean, in many situations, in tag team as well as single situation as well. So the Intercontinental Championship situation is very very bad. I mean, they aren't focusing on that, and I hope that after I don't think so. Money in the Bank IC champion is gonna defend it. I don't know why, but with just 2 weeks left or something, we will see. I think that Cesaro is the next one who is going for the Apollo Crews Championship, Intercontinental Championship. He's been doing great, but if he isn't having any storyline or something, switch back the title or something, and have a rivalry with Apollo Crews, and that storyline we haven't seen. Nothing very interesting or something, but it's a good to have Cesaro push as well, and because the Seth Rollins situation is way out of too much. The match itself was, as I said, a fine match, a good mix of power and skill match for Biggie and King Nakamura and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is not a old Baron Corbin, as Baron Corbin is very unhappy Baron Corbin this time, and he's actually also actually. Wasn't very motivated because of losing his king gimmick, and he was standing there, but still his persona was there, as he got a tag from Apollo Crews, and he actually got hit by Biggie, and he actually comes back, and he then focuses and he controls Biggie and King Nakamura, respectively, getting out the tag and all. And but still good change for Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin, I think so. He's gonna turn face. And that's my view. And there's a discussion that maybe he's going to change the character to the old Baron Corbin of NXT, where he was more of a baby face there. So nice change, because for so long, I mean, he was being the heel, and he's portrayed the heel character very well, and people don't like him whenever legends or someone comes up. He's the one who take all the things, just like Elias in Raw, and he's just a good, I mean, talker as well, and a good hater as well, a good heel character. So we'll see other side of the Baron Corbin. Then I'm intrigued to see how it would be, and that Baron Corbin's character changing and he getting to the IC title picture would be good as well. I mean, we haven't take seriously Baron Corbin. He's just in a filler feuds. It's always kind of a rivalry feuds. He doesn't get the championship opportunity and all. Even though, I mean, he got in fatal, fatal four-way, five-way situation and all in the past, but he hasn't been actually like a serious contender. But I think so. He could be built like that if they turn him to babyface, and if he turns to babyface, that's good. I mean, they could turn it around, Baron Corbin, because fans would be ready to see his change of character, because for many long years we've been seeing his character, this Baron Corbin's heel character. So it's a nice touch, and it would be a kind of acceptable thing that I think so fan would be accepting. So in this match we saw Corbin, actually in the end we saw Corbin was distracted from this in the Titantron, as his tow truck, I think so, his vehicle actually was, I think it was a mortgage vehicle that was actually taken away by the bank or something. So he don't have anything. So his personal property is gone. So good never be before seen storyline that was there, I'm kind of intrigued there how the story goes. I mean, a good little change for Baron Corbin would not be bad, and we get to at that moment, Biggie comes from the back and hits a big ending, and that was it. And Biggie and Nakamura won the match. A fine match. The angle and the character display was the more thing of the Baron Corbin. That was the most talked about thing in this match. And we come back, and we saw last week's segment of Bailey and Seth Rollins beating Cesaro and Belair in a tag team match, and Bailey actually pinned Belair last week. And we know that how they are going with again this. I mean, I'm not very interested or something. I thought about that maybe Carmella or something would be. Uh, uh, I mean, I'm not very interested to see a matchup, a repetitive matchup or something, because there's no need to, because she has already defeated two times. But they actually played out this angle just to have just to drag out this rivalry. So Bianca Belair is gonna face Bailey actually, and we came back to Bailey talking, and she's had a good promo, was a good character, and Bailey's always good on the mic, and it's always good to listen Bailey's character, and her character evolving. And she says she's not the kind of person to brag, but she told us that Belair beating her was a fluke in Hell in a Cell, and winning wasn't the best part, and the look of the loss and the despair in her eyes was the best part. As she says, she's just so good, man. I'm not I'm a Bailey fan, but wasn't before. But her heel character, I love her heel character actually. And this week actually she looked very beautiful as well. She looked good as well. I mean, yeah, that's the thing as well I thought about. And Bailey actually said that she's gonna cripple her, and Belair actually is crumbling under the weight of everyone's expectation. And she says that show is back on the road in front of fans in 2 weeks. So how are you gonna hold up against the top superstars? I mean, she was getting into the head again, on the Belair's head, and she does that thing and very well. And Belair actually receives that and portrays that character very well as well. That's the thing that they actually continuing with. They don't know how to do and how to have this have this good match, maybe in Money in the Bank with another superstar or something. So that's why they continued this. And Belair ain't nothing to Bailey, and Bella gets a mic and tells Bailey that Bailey needs to get popped out in the mouth and Bailey might want the title, but Belair has it and keeps beating her over and over again. She says, but Bailey can't move on, and you are the one who actually are obsessed on me. And they actually yell back and forth, and Belair says Bailey's a bit in her head as making excuses, and Belair says the only way to end this is to humiliate Bailey to the point where Bailey has no choice. And Belair says, we will finish this in an I Quit match, and that's actually finalized as well. We are gonna get Bianca Belair versus Bailey as an I Quit match in Money in the Bank. Interesting. I mean, we don't see I Quit match that many often, so could be a good ending for the storyline. I hope so. There's a two situation that could play out. Maybe this I Quit situation could be like Bailey getting all together, going from the Smackdown brand. It's not a kind of loser leaves brand or something, but we could see kind of leaving Smackdown and going to the Raw, and that could be good as well. But I for one would want to see her continue in Smackdown as well. She's one of the women superstar who's actually entertained Smackdown, and her Ding Dong segment and all is very entertaining. I think she should stay on Smackdown, and I mean. She had done it all, I know that, but a little change or something that would be not wrong as well. Going to the Raw would not be wrong as well. But Bianca Belair, Bailey, we always think about that blue color, and she's actually fits that color very well. So that's why I don't know, we have been seeing so much Bailey onto SmackDown show. That's why I'm thinking, but still this match actually is finalized, and if Belair can make Bailey say I quit, she'd be quit SmackDown, and that's kind of stipulation that's it is, and she accepts, and Belair starts to laugh, and Belair laughs, and Bailey says, "What the hell is the joke about?" And Belair says she just realized how excited she is for Bailey to quit, and I mean, a bit long laugh actually from Belair, but still a good segment. I like this segment, and I hope so they end this thing in Money in the Bank, and they definitely, I think so, would be ending, because SummerSlam there would be a new opponent. Don't know who would it be, but let's see. Maybe I think so. There's two. Maybe the Money in the Bank winner or something, if babyface winner, or and says she's gonna cash in. Maybe that angle would be played out. I don't want to see that, because that's not how Money in the Bank should be booked and should be done. And briefcase booking should be done. So maybe we could see Liv Morgan as well. She's being booked she's being pushed onto the weekly show very well right now, giving her time. So that's my thought. And we come back to the segment of Heyman pacing around, and Jimmy comes into the locker room, and Jimmy says Edge is waiting to jump on Roman, and wants to know what Roman is waiting on, and he thinks Roman is waiting on Jimmy to step up, and he's going to challenge Edge to the main event tonight, Jimmy says. And Heyman is excited about that, and how he would be I mean, uh, attacking edge and having a advantage going to the Money in the Bank, and that's what his client wants. And Heyman looks very cunning, and Heyman has said a single word all night, but his facial acting is, very good, man. I mean. He was very good here. Back to the ring, we see last man standing match is getting into the shape. Kevin Owens heads out, and we head to the break commercial actually, and we come back, and Sami Zayn's music hits, and we are going to have a last man standing match. And I already have in my mind that it's going to be a great match. This was a very good match because they always worked out very well. They are like a well-oiled machine. Always they deliver this match. Also, they delivered high spots as well that didn't actually come out of nowhere. They did tease and all, setting up the table and all, and have a good in-ring match as well. And getting into the match with a table broken by Kevin Owens actually was actually thrown over by Sami Zayn over the ring post, where the two tables was stacked upon, and he actually falls down that. So that was the turning point, and Sami Zayn got some offense after that, and he was mostly controlling. Before that, Kevin Owens was controlling him. And just how well they are, and I mean how well they actually tell the story and all. And that's the thing. And Zayn is just like a cocky heel, and just wants to get it over with, and just want to defeat. And where Kevin Owens, he wants to end this story, and he wants to end this and Sami Zayn at all cost. And he wants and for that matter, this had another thing on the target, which was a Money in the Bank. This was a Money in the Bank qualifier match, so that was a important thing that this match hold. And we actually saw in the end, we saw that's the main thing. Actually, this match actually took flight. I mean, Kevin Owens actually got angry, and he actually power bombed onto the audience table. I mean, the announce table, and gets into the apron power bomb vessel, and gets to the chair. I mean, a table as well. Three power bombs onto the different situation, and he was done, man. Who could pick them up after after these things? And good setup. I mean, there was also a spot I forgot in the initial match where Kevin Owens actually was trying to jump on like a senton. Zayn was stacked upon the announce table, but Zayn actually comes up, and he actually Kevin Owens actually was driven onto the announce table, and that the announce table didn't broke. It was eventually broken by Kevin Owens. Then a good match, a very good match, a very good wrestling match, as well as the spots and all was very good. And we get to they always delivers, and so I think so. This could be the end. I mean, for some point of time, I think so. So let's say it got it ended very well, and we get to the next segment, back in the ring, where back in the ring. And before that, we saw in the back, Edge is asked by Megan, and if he knows Jimmy is going to call him out. And Edge says Jimmy is putting on a good show, but the Roman isn't here, but he's the ultimate opportunist, and pulling him one over him is impossible. He knows what's going to happen. When he starts beating up Jimmy, he doesn't care what will happen to him, because he's an angry bee. And he's just ready to uh, get it over and take that universal champion, and at all cost, he says. And back to the ring, we saw Sonya Deville comes up, and she's actually this Smackdown women's Money in the Bank. They are not having qualifier matches. They did have one qualifier match, that Liv Morgan match. In the Smackdown side of thing, Sonya Deville comes up, and last week we actually saw that Kamala was the one who actually got announced, and this week it's a shocking, man. I didn't think about that. And it's Zelina Vega, and nice shocker there. I didn't thought about that. She actually was actually coming back this week or something. I mean, this week's SmackDown. It was wonder. I was wondered actually. And and Liv Morgan comes up, and Liv Morgan again asks how she gets opportunity and all, and she actually Zelina Vega at his Zelina Vega's character actually is kind of the same. I would say that she's a heel, still she's a heel, but had a little bit of the change in his change in her I mean looks and all. She had a red hair and all, so she looked changed, but the character she's portraying, and that's a character she actually portrays very well, and she's very good in the ring as well. We had seen her matches and all in the Monday Night Raw last year and all, so she's very good in the ring as well. So I hope so, man. Please get back Aleister Black as well. Uh, now Zelina Vega is up. Aleister Black is actually having that 90 days no complete loss. I hope so. He actually they pull him over into the Smackdown and gets continued with that story. I hope so, man. I'm very interested to see now Zelina Vega is actually back, and they know that, and I mean they can bring it back, man. He's just a nice character. He just can. He can be a next Undertaker as well. I thought about it. It's just an under appreciation. I am saying. I mean, he should be appreciated very well. I mean, he could be the next Undertaker as well. Nobody can be mocking. Nobody can imitate Undertaker. I know, but that character that he can bring about, that would be very good. Think about Aleister Black versus Fiend. Could be great story, man. Think about that. Many angles you can play out. So that's my thought. And Roman Reigns wasn't here, but still the show was going good. But because the story was revolving around his situation almost, and we had a very good match. The wrestling aspect was also good. That's why this show was kind of hooked up show. The opening match wasn't that good. It just felt like every SmackDown show, but the last man standing match was apart, a very stand apart, and it was a good match. And that was a and Liv Morgan actually had a match with Liv Morgan actually had a match with Zelina Vega, and Zelina Vega actually got the victory. Sorry, Liv Morgan actually got the victory, but still, I thought about that Liv Morgan is in this Money in the Bank qualifier, as she actually defeated Carmella last week or 2 weeks before. She's not in this match actually in the SmackDown side of thing, and but Zelina Vega is announced by Sonya Deville, so she is in this. So I hope so. Next week we could see that again a rematch of Liv Morgan versus Sonya Deville. Maybe Liv Morgan getting the opportunity or something. So there's two more spot actually in SmackDown side of women's Money in the Bank qualifiers. So I think about that. Liv Morgan should get the opportunity, man, and that would be good. Uh, as I see, I don't. They should have us babyface. I mean, in SmackDown side of thing, we have Carmella and Zelina Vega who are heels, and we have two more. So Liv Morgan could be could be a good addition to the SmackDown women's picture. SmackDown women's Money in the Bank side of thing. So women's Money in the Bank side of things, actually, that's a thing. And in the Raw side of thing, we have Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, and Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss as the favorite here, and Alexa Bliss is the one actually our fans speculating, or Nikki Cross, I think so. Nikki Cross could be a good story there. Nikki Cross already had a story with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. She actually took the victory, but she didn't get the championship match. That's another thing. That's a Raw side of thing I actually talked about. Just had a look in the card, so that's why I discussed it. We get to the show. Back to the show. We came back, and Corbin is sad and he's walking the back, and Books walks up to him and invites kind of dinner with the boys, and but Corbin Field isn't very excited, and he's better after sleeping in his king size bed. Uh, feel better after sleeping in his king size bed. So, but King says that Corbin asks if this is funny, kicking a mile while he's down. So Corbin was has turned a babyface character or something, and he's very. He turned into a babyface character out of nowhere, and Corbin just has "screw you, man" to say to that. Not sure how necessary that was, but Corbin just said that, and we get to the segment. Sonya Deville announced Zelina Vega, and as I said, all the situation that actually played out. And this was a segment I actually was going to be discussed after this, but I actually thought about after nowhere. And we get to after that third match between Liv Morgan and Zelina Vega, and Liv Morgan get the victory with that tie. Liv Morgan get the victory on Zelina Vega. It wasn't a good night for Zelina Vega, but I think her push is gonna come, and WWE had, fired her, and she's actually hired again, and I think they should have some plans for her, and we'll see how it goes. And she's winning the Money in the Bank briefcase would not be a shocking thing or something. Could happen or something. Could be a very good Money in the Bank briefcase holder as well, I think. Uh, Apart from Carmella, actually, Carmella has already done two times. I don't think Carmella should win. The opportunity should be given to the new guys, and they should develop, and that should be given. That's the thing. And Seth Rollins segment is now up next, and Seth Rollins walks up to the Pierce and Devil, and he introduced himself, and kind of a new recruit or something, and remind him they know who he is. And they says that we know you, Seth. Devil says, and Rollins actually shouts them and says he have been said that you're being inclined to more giving this title match, and you actually give the match to Edge. And they have this explanation that Edge deserves more because he's been the Royal Rumble winner. He didn't got the singles match. I mean, that's Seth Rollins had a fair point. That's not my problem. It's your problem. You booked that. So he says that next week, okay, there's another plan you can do this, that Devil says Rollins can qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match next week. If he beats Cesaro, then Rollins, he's actually mad actually. Again, he wants to get through this guy Cesaro. I mean, again, we will have to watch this match over, and I mean, for so long, man. I mean, don't know, man. Will it be confirmed for Money in the Bank again or something? I don't know why. And I think so. At this moment, I think so. Rollins didn't uh, uh, didn't want to have a win. I mean, shouldn't have to get the win because he is a heel. He's already weasel. He can get weaseled into the opportunity because he's not. It's not a bad kind of word, bad kind of thing that I'm telling. But still, he can get the opportunity. He's a big star, and he doesn't need that money in the bank briefcase back in when he was still developing his character 2015 2014 time. So I think Cesaro would be getting the roll up victory. So maybe that's the thing that they're going with, and that's Rollins versus Edge, and that's the match. Fans are actually speculating as well, more than Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, because they're expecting Cena versus Roman Reigns. No signs of Cena returning and all. I mean, the advertisement and all had they could have done and all. They haven't done, so they haven't confirmed if John Cena would be returning back. I don't know. Just a 50-50 kind of thing. I don't think so. Maybe we could at a July 16 return. After that, maybe we'll see. No update on John Cena returning. We'll see. And back to the ring we go, and Otis and Chad Gable and Angelo Dawkins is having the match. This is a squash match for Otis, and Otis actually completely destroys Angelo Dawkins and gets the win. I don't know, these tag team champions are getting screwed over, and they are getting pummeled by this jobber guys, Otis and Chad Gable. Don't know why, because Montez Ford is out. He's out. I don't know of the legit injury or something. Uh, but he's out. So a good squash by Otis, and Otis completely destroyed Angelo Dawkins here, and he got a lot of offense on Angelo, and that was it. And next week we are getting confirmed we will have two MITB Money in the Bank qualifying matches, which is Seth Rollins versus Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Corbin. And Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, I think about that. Cesaro is going to get the roll of victory. I thought, kind of that fluke victory. I think so. That's the way you can not have another victory for. I mean, heels can get over with. I mean, that's the thing. That's the beauty of heels. And we also have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Corbin, and I think so. Shinsuke Nakamura, there's an updates going on that Corbin could be getting the loss and he could be gone from some weeks from the SmackDown show and would be returning with a new character. I mean, I'm on with that. I'm very good looking forward to that. And but as I get got this match confirmed, I thought about that Nakamura Corbin. I thought about that Corbin should get the victory to have that story moving. I mean, he's doing good. I mean, he had a good. I mean, a slight babyface kind of turn and a slight sympathy kind of thing, kind of down to earth kind of mentality, and Corbin getting the victory and a kind of a ray of hope could roll that story well, kind of a story where he goes right out of the bottom from the king, and he's kind of picking up from the bottom, and he's trying to win the thing, money in the bank briefcase. We know that uh, uh, we we know that he hasn't been he have won, but he was one of the men who actually unsuccessfully cashed in. So that's the another thing. Shinsuke Nakamura would also be a good addition. I mean, there's a the they can go either way, but I would say that Corbin should could can get the victory as well. Nakamura getting victory would not also be bad or something. Could be a good add-on for the Money in the Bank star as well. I mean, a star is Shinsuke Nakamura kind of star is coming for the Money in the Bank in that qualifying match. That's good. Top stars here coming. That's good. So babyface as well. So that's my thought. And if we look the SmackDown and men's ladder match situation, we have Big E, who's a face, Kevin Owens, who is also face, Cesaro or Seth Rollins. So I expect that maybe Cesaro. So there are three faces actually. I do want to change the Cesaro Seth Rollins match, but I think so. That would be a face situation, man. If you see Big E's a face, Kevin Owens is a face, Cesaro, if he wins, he's the face. So Seth Rollins get the victory. We could not get shocked or something. Maybe Seth Rollins could get the victory and into that matchup, and maybe Cesaro going for the IC title. That would be good as well. I mean, yeah. Um, that would be good as well. I thought about that. Seth Rollins doesn't need to win because you could have Cesaro getting the Cesaro has got opportunity before as well, but you can have just to have that momentum going forward for Cesaro. That's why. So that's the thing. So maybe you could get Seth Rollins getting the victory, the top heel. I think about that because in the SmackDown situation we not have any heel or something. So that's I see. And looking Nakamura and Baron Corbin situation, maybe we could get Baron Corbin getting the victory. That's what I think. So we get into the next segment, and this was the main event segment. We didn't have a match or something, and Roman Reigns. I thought about that. He's could be getting into the main event to attack Edge of how he actually returned an attack Roman Reigns last week, and Jimmy comes out and has a mic and he wants to know where Edge is because he's right here and there's no Roman tonight, and Jimmy doesn't need him and to handle Edge anyway, and he can handle him by himself. And Jimmy calls up Edge, and Edge took a lot of time, and finally he shows up and he says that uh, where's the old Jimmy Uso, and you said that you don't want to be you ain't want to be anybody's bitch, and you are still playing out that playing that angle. I mean, playing that character. I mean, playing that relationship with your with tribal with the so-called tribal god, tribal chief, and but he actually Edge actually got into something like into Jimmy Uso's head, but he actually completely erased that. And I think this is kind of a being spilled for it for a future rivalry. I mean, because the SummerSlam situation is very skeptical for Roman Reigns. There's three scenarios I see, or we could see four scenarios as well. One is Seth Rollins, another is Brock Lesnar, and another is the this Cena, and another is Jimmy Uso. And as I see, I think so. There's two situation that could play out. Maybe Cena returning, or maybe Cena returning, or maybe Jimmy Uso. That's the most obvious thing. And I mean, obvious. I mean, you can get it. Or you can do this rivalry. I mean, you can get Jimmy onto that top main event status, just like they did with Jey Uso. So that's my thought. And another thing I think about is that I don't think Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. I don't think so. That would be tough for WWE guys, because the story is very convoluted right now, because Paul Heyman is in the side of Roman Reigns. So that would be pretty difficult to make. They can make it, and by hitting a F5 or something, have a match or something. But I don't think so. What would be the uh, position of Paul Heyman then? I mean, how could it be going out? I don't think so. Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar is a very easy match that I mean, WWE can set up. It could kind be a kind of a hard work for WWE to set up this Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns match, and I don't think so. WWE does that. They always does simple bookings and all, and simple build-ups and all. So, which actually we get excited about as well. The match also delivers as well, and ever since the pandemic began, all the pay-per-views will be fairly good to very good as well. So that's actually on WWE. So that's the thing. So Seth Rollins' story is also not confirmed. Maybe if we could get there's two situation. I don't think so that situation would be played out like Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank. He's not a face, like kind of. They could recreate that moment as well, again cashing in on Roman Reigns, but I don't think so. That could be. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing there actually, just to have that moment again. So Seth Rollins is way past from that position, so I don't think so. He should have that. Should needs that Money in the Bank briefcase. And another situation, as I think about, is they desperately need Cena. They could have Cena return. I mean, as I said in my Twitter and all, Cena should return in that Doctor of Thugonomics that angle and that character, and he should slightly be heelish and kind of a fan favorite, more fan favorite, obviously, because he's returning. He's a Cena. It was uh, I mean, it's a kayfabe, but still he's John Cena. So maybe that would be a good for better for Roman Reigns as well. I mean, Roman Reigns, if he defeats, it's confirmed that Reigns is gonna beat Cena, and he's not gonna lose to Cena. I mean, Cena is not having that schedule to have this championship title run or something. He could be kind of passing on the torch kind of thing again. So I think that Reigns beating the Thugonomics character of Cena, that would be good as well. I mean, Cena had that character. Cena had brought that character last match he had with WrestleMania 36, I think. So it with Bray Wyatt, and so he could bring that character as well. So that would not hurt Roman Reigns as well, because he haven't defeated the top babyface. Kind of illusion you can create, even though it's John Cena, but the illusion that he had beaten the not the top babyface character or something. He's beaten that Thugonomics character, who's still kind of a heelish, who he still has a kind of a mocking kind of character. So I think they can do this, and maybe have Cesaro or something. Just a thought, maybe a up and coming superstar, just to have a rub with Cena, and have a have a thing as well. So have a thing as well. That could they could do that as well. So I thought about this, and they should. I want to see this Reigns versus Cena, and another plan I could see this, that Reigns versus Jimmy Uso, and that's the angle they actually played out, kind of getting into the head. WWE does always stuffs because they think about that, something they think about should be done. That's why they do it. So that's why they actually spill the beans that Edge getting into the head of Jimmy Uso. But they had a match. Didn't have a match or something. They had impromptu, I mean, brawl where Edge had a spear, and there was a point where Edge actually took the steel steps, and he was going to attack, but Jimmy Uso actually escaped, and Jimmy Uso was driven onto the ring post, and then we saw Edge actually take the chair and breaks the chair, so that brings that pipe, how just how he did with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. He puts him in the crossface, tribute to Daniel Bryan, and he uh, had that crossface cinched in a very nasty manner, and he was Jimmy Uso actually tapped out. I thought about that Roman Reigns would be kind of would be attacking Edge after that, but no. That's another victory for Edge. Then that's another upper hand for Edge again. So maybe next week we could not be shocked to see that Roman Reigns getting the upper hand. We are seeing babyface getting the straight 2 weeks kind of upper hand. So this was a close, and she yells that he will knock Roman Reigns' shiny teeth down his throat, and this is the thing that's gonna happen at Money in the Bank, and this is the phase you're gonna have. And to close, Edge reminds the camera that he doesn't stop. And nice man, very great. And that's a thing. And they had the story that. Story spilled as well, like if Jimmy Uso or something, if Jimmy Uso changes his mind or something, because he's getting this thing because actually he actually is receiving this thing because he actually is with Roman Reigns. If he wasn't with Roman Reigns, he could have not gotten these things. I mean, there's humiliation and all. He could have better with a tag team situation or a singles guy, but he's receiving this thing because he's they are with Roman Reigns, protecting Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns is being protected, and that's an angle that actually Jimmy Uso's mind could be working on. And Jey Uso is retaining and not returning, and that would be kind of a speculation that they're giving Jey Uso turning babyface, and I think that they're just teasing just to have fans speculate. I think that they would eventually be kind of even one Uso or something would be with Roman Reigns, and Jey Uso, I don't know how they would return him. He's not with an injury or something. He just gone from the storyline. So as a storyline perspective, he's gone. So many questions, actually many great plots that they can go with, but they should build it around. Just not saying it would not be good. They should build around many angles, like Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Jimmy Uso, Seth Rollins, or yeah. So I don't think so. Edge again, SummerSlam, I don't think so. So that's my review of this SmackDown. A long SmackDown, actually, long SmackDown review, actually. I hope you like this, and I want to know your thoughts as well on the booking of this week's SmackDown. How could you see the SummerSlam situation for Roman Reigns and the Universal Title next challenger, and who could pick up the victory, and what the situation could be playing out? And I hope you like this review. Please make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, and peace.